What's up, everybody? We're at the Seattle Center today, the site of the 1962 World's Fair. The fair was held between late April 1962 until late October of the same year. Over 10 million people attended the fair here, and we're here today to see what is still here and what has changed and kind of what the plans for the future are. Right after the fair ended, they demolished a lot of the buildings and exhibits that were here. A couple famous people attended the fair that year. We're going to get into that and just check it out, see what else there is here. All right, let's go. Down at the base of the Space Needle, and one of the celebrity guests that attended the fair was none other than Walt Disney. He was here on leisure in 1962, and I found a family photo, and he took the family photo right over there near that white Toyota. A lot has changed since then, but it was right outside the Fashion Pavilion, which would have been kind of running right along here, like right where we are right now. Let's see if I can line up the shot of his family photo. You can notice the pillars that come down that kind of support the structure. Kind of, his family would have been like right there. Pretty cool. Walt was quoted as saying, "Space Needles are going to be cropping up everywhere after the success of this one." And he was kind of right. After walking around this thing, can't help but wonder if he went up there, huh? Go check it out. I'm sure he did. He had to have. How can you come to the fair, see something like that, not go up there? So that's what we're gonna do. See what we can see the whole fairgrounds from top of the needle. See you up there. In the early morning hours of September 5th, 1962, at approximately 1 a.m., the biggest star to attend the World's Fair rolled into town with his 9-man entourage. They drove up from Los Angeles in 2 cars, a 1961 Plymouth station wagon and a Dodge house car. And that gentleman's name was Elvis Presley. He was in town to film a movie called It Happened at the World's Fair. He occupied the 14th floor, the very top floor of this hotel. And he stayed here for 10 nights. The scene in the movie where Mike and Danny come into town with Uncle Walter takes place right here. The monorail station used to come around the corner, stop right here. Used to go right through where the Westlake Shopping Center is right now. You can see some of these old buildings in the background. There's also a picture of Elvis exchanging a ham with the governor of Washington at the time. Pretty cool. I think they moved the monorail station back around the corner in 1981. Sounds about right. The monorail currently ends right around the corner, but in 1962 it would just come straight through here, and the station would have been right where we're standing. and it covered Pine Street here. Our next location, I found it. It's on the corner of Aurora and 47th Street North, and it's right here. You can see the light pole right here is where the guys were hanging up the sign. And if we look down this direction here, we can see where the Wagon Stop Cafe used to be. It's still a cafe right now. And over across the street is the house that you can see in the far right of the picture. You can see the eaves and the house over there is still standing. And yeah, the original light pole is still here. And that sign would have been right here. Our next spot brings us right here at the Pacific Science Center, then known as the United States Science Pavilion. And Elvis stood with Sue Lin right here on the edge right there. You can see the fountain in the background is still there. A lot has changed since then. Yeah, he would have stood right here. Another interesting fact about the Science Center is that the designer, the architect, Minoru Yamasaki, he was also the architect for the World Trade Center. You can see a lot of design similarities in the base of the buildings here, where these kind of concrete pillars go up, and then all the vertical lines that go towards the top of the building there. They're all very reminiscent of the World Trade Center in New York. We're currently outside the Canada Pavilion, now known as the Vera Project. There's a scene in the movie where Elvis and Sue Lin, they climb over a gate that is at the top of this little area here. They climb over the gate, run down the stairs, and run this way. And there used to be a fountain right here called the Fountain of Creation. It went from about here. And it looks like they're doing some kind of updating and construction work here, because the Key Arena is undergoing a huge renovation to turn it into the new hockey stadium. And here is some pictures of the old Fountain of Creation right there. Pretty cool. Made by Everett Dupin. I don't know what their plans are for it, but it's pretty cool. Let's go over to that corner and check out and see if we can see the old stair layout. You can see the new one where the stairs come down this way, but the old one started here and they went kind of to the side. Go check it out. We're now up above the fountain. We can't see any remnants of the stairs that used to be here, but they would have gone like kind of down this way and down to that bottom floor. And the gate that he would have climbed over would have been like right in here somewhere. He would have jumped over the gate, ran through here, went down some stairs, and then took off that way in front of the Canada Pavilion.